Hello everybody, welcome to another geopolitical analysis video. Let's talk about rates. Let's talk about the TLT. So everybody was talking about higher rates, gold and silver going to 50,000, 100,000. The dollar's down, de-dollarization, the US is dying, everybody's kicking out the US of the trades. BRICS doesn't want the US. GCC doesn't want the EUS, Greenland, this and that. That's why you need to learn how to take a look at the charts, look at the numbers, and just mute the noise. Many times when my girlfriends would talk and talk and talk, I understood the mission. The mission was just to shut up, give her a few minutes, let her vent, show her that you understand, and move on. Okay? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that US Treasuries still remain one of the best collateral. Okay? Still tier 1 collateral in the world. Okay? We know that there are exogenous foreign organizations and councils that are fighting the US. And yes, I am pro-Americana. I am pro-US for not necessarily MAGA, pro-MAGA, but I am pro-US because the US is the best house. It's the best house in order. Okay, you want to go to North Korea, you want to look at Iran, what's going on, you want to go to Africa, you want to go to the EU. The EU is the worst of all when it comes to governance and when it comes to finance, what they're doing. Okay, so we got to understand that the US is repatriating gold, silver, repricing commodities, and having one of the best assets in the world, which is the TLT, is where you want to be. If any of you guys shorting TLT, thinking that treasuries is garbage and that the debt is unsustainable and all those things that we hear, right? Then sell TLT. Short it. I dare you. Short TLT. Where are all of you who are talking about TLT being the worst trade on my channel? Short it. Do a video and tell us that you're shorting TLT. Do you have the guts? Okay. Minor rant here, but you know where I'm going with this, okay? So, I know you guys want to see my face, so I'm going to have it there. Pardon me, I got Greek here as my primary language. Sorry, it oscillates between Greek and English. There we go. Okay, so, looking at this chart here, there's nothing that tells me that this wants to go higher. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I know some people might say, oh, it has to clear the 4.5% or it has to clear the 3.9%, even lower than this. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, guys. It doesn't, because when you look at this, I've been telling you for months, this is showing exhaustion. And it's only moving based on certain news events. Okay, so when you have a commodity or just an asset that is moving only majorly based out of news and then negates all the wins, that means that it doesn't have a lot of steam. And this is the end movements that we're seeing. I don't know if you've ever driven a car that is running out of gas. It will jerk you ahead. But that doesn't mean that you're going ahead anymore. Okay, guys? So TLT is a place to be if you don't want to be in stocks, because if you look at the stock market right now, it's doing something like this. It looks like it's rolling over. I'm not talking about a crash, but I'm out of the market completely. I'm in TLT. I have been in TLT, mostly in TLT. I've sold all my other positions. And let me tell you, this is the best trade you can make. It's a very predictable chart. And TLT is probably the best place you're going to be, especially if there's a world economic, financial crisis a la 2008, just like Jamie Dimon keeps talking. And Jamie Dimon represents the New York Bank, but he also is talking from other sides of his mouth because he has shown that he is pro-globalism in certain ways. So, again, if you're sitting in TLT trade, you're doing fine. Okay, you're doing fine. Trust me, I've been trading for more than 5-6 years now. And let me tell you one thing that I find common in all charts. If the highest point of a chart, May 2025, if the highest point of the chart is showing that you are in at least 12 months, or not at least 12 months, 9 months, okay? Chances are you've topped. This is a top. This is the top, okay? May 22nd, 2025, 5.1%. This was the top. I'm calling it. This was the top. I'm just saying, this was the top. Has it been challenged? Not even, okay, you might say a few months later, a month later, but not even close, okay? We got March, April, May. We got 3 months. 3 months left. And we are ways below of 5.1%, okay? We are, 0.5%. That's a lot to cover for interest rates. And we're talking about the long-term interest rates, okay? We're talking about long-term interest rate. This is not what the Fed is purely in control of, okay? So put things into perspective. Sure, there's certain levels we have to break down in order to confirm lower stratum, lower levels, but you're good here. In my opinion, you're good here. I can see a symmetric move after this weak bounce. I see a symmetric move coming down to 4.5. If we come to 4.5, we might have a significant rally up and then further downside. That's what I see. I see here this. Okay? This. So, it's up to you guys. If any of you want to play your cryptos and your stocks, that's fine. But TLT is the best place to be. Okay? Enjoy. Thank you for watching, guys.